everybody to Tri Virtual Roundtable. Today we decided to skip the intro from Devlin because we don't have all day. And as all of you know, he will take all day. So anyway, I am Iceman Stan, Washington State. Doc.
I'm Doc Maasi from New Jersey.
Okay, that's all we need to know. All right.
Go ahead, Devlin.
Everybody else knows the other guy already. So, go
all
ahead.
Right, I'm Mr. Harmony. Period. Go, guys. Keep going.
I'm ready.
Too late. You're going now.
Today we're talking about.
Yeah. What are we talking about, Doc?
We're talking about relationships and how. I don't know what's that show about. It's about
age. Does it really matter? Does it really matter nowadays?
We literally just talked about it.
I know.
I
literally
something about relationships. That's all I remember.
It was like 10 seconds ago. You forgot already.
Yeah, well,
but anyway, yeah. So we're talking about, does age really have a factor now? Was it a factor ever? Like the big age difference?
Yes.
Is it okay for an older man to date or pursue a younger woman, and vice versa? An older woman, cougar, I think they call them. I don't know. But is it okay for them to pursue younger men? Is there a problem with it at all? Are they all consenting adults? We're assuming they're adults.
Right.
So we're not, this has nothing to do with underage. This is just like 18 or over. But anyway, yeah. So does it really matter? I have a story.
Okay.
All right. So there's a singer, I can't remember her name, Britney Spears. I like this singer, Britney Spears. When she first came out.
Say the word. I'm sorry, I'm going to have to interrupt you. Can you say the right word at the beginning?
Britney Spears?
No, the first word.
First word.
Love. You don't like her.
Oh, yeah.
Love.
I'm in like with Britney. So, but anyway, so when my mother-in-law, she said, I was talking about Britney. She's like, she's so young. I can't believe you like Britney and blah, blah, blah. That's disgusting. And so then I had to look up how old Britney was. I'm like, she was born in 81. I was born in 71. It's only 10 years, right? She,
Yeah, what's that?
She's like 10 years. Oh my God, that's disgusting. And I'm like, oh, I'm not dating her. I'm just watching her videos, right? Like, whatever.
All her videos.
All of her videos.
And I'm only getting her gum. Or
I didn't get her gum. Someone else outbid me for her gum,
right.
But I would have had it if I would have had like $1,000 and some dollars. But anyway, so later on, this is when she was single. My mother-in-law was single. She got with this guy, and he was 11 years older than her.
Ooh.
So I
said,
Kathy, I think that's pretty disgusting that he's 11 years older than you, because that's over 10-year difference. And she goes, well, it really doesn't matter, my age. And I go, well, wait, you said it was the number of years that was the problem, not that she's 18 and I was, 28, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And so she's like, well, it's just different when you're older. You're looking at the end of your life and you're thinking, I'm just gonna, I want companionship. And I'm like, okay, so that's back then. I'm thinking that's the rules then, right? Because if you're older, then it doesn't matter. If you're 50s and 60s, 70s and 80s, that the time doesn't matter. It's only when people are younger.
Yeah, so, it's funny that you would say that, because we have some special guests today. We were able to get some younger perspectives today, and we're going to invite them into our podcast right now, because that age difference is, when you were just saying that calculations, they were kind of talking about us a little bit. And so I want to touch on that. But before we go there, Serious Consciousness, said it right that time,
that
says
good.
Hello from New Jersey. Woo, woo.
Jersey.
What's up? If I'm saying the name, I'm probably going to say.
Wait a minute. That's not the YouTube
yes,
that we played.
Yes, I know. I want to say Mark.
No.
Brandon.
Oh, crap. Brandon.
Is it Brandon?
I think it's
Brandon. Is it Brandon? Come on, you can reply and say Brandon.
I think it's Brandon.
I'm pretty sure it is.
Remember, he said he doesn't want his name out there.
Thank you guys. He
so
said.
I'm glad
he didn't
you guys
say that.
brought his name out.
His name is on his YouTube.
His name is Toby. It's Toby.
Toby
is
McGuire.
it Toby?
Yeah,
Toby.
He also played Spider-Man.
We'll say get Toby now.
Brendan is what he said, and he put it in there. All right.
Okay.
Brendan. It's official. Brendan. No, it's on his YouTube channel. Why would he keep it secret if it's on his YouTube channel?
You need to fix your camera. I know that.
Is it acting up again?
Lord,
That's because we got streamers in the house. All right, so I'm
Oh.
bringing. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. We have Cindy and Emma in the house. Woo!
Where's the
Thank you.
applause?
By
It's
way-
coming. Give me a second. I had to click them in there. All right, there we go. Woo! All right, so we have Emma and Cindy. A couple special guests today. They decided to join us and give a little younger perspective, or kind of get their thoughts or view on it. So, Icy, you got any questions? I'm going to let you start
Let's
off.
go.
You kind of put me on the
He just
spot.
went
I know.
right back to you, right?
Okay, so all
I
right,
know.
so all right, I'll ask this question because my daughter, she's 19, she's going through this herself. She's a little younger than you two, but so when she's looking on her dating sites and friends and stuff, she doesn't have a problem with them being like 24. She's like, that's not bad, and I'm like, well, you're 19, right? Now, when she was 18 and looking at people that had graduated from high school, I'm like, that's way, now she's a CNA, she's doing her own thing. And she's looking at, and I think that's still wrong. But then again, I think that if they say what they say is true, women mature more, and like the men, like if they're in the same level in their life, then I don't think there's a problem. But if he's got his own, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I think that's what, for me, I'm worried that she's going to get with someone who's already like out of college, working hard, and then it's like, or, doing her own thing. I don't know. It just confuses me. I think maybe 24, 25 might be too old for her to look for a relationship. What do you two think?
What was
That
there a
was
question
loaded.
in that? Was there a question?
Yeah, there was a question
That
there.
was a lot.
There was a, I
Yeah.
know.
There's a lot to dissect
can
there.
just-
Well, there's a,
Yeah.
yeah, well,
I'm
then
just making both the
I
points.
guess,
Oh, wow.
no. I guess the question is, what do you see an age difference when at your age? Is there an age that you would say, no way, that's too old, being your age? And you would have to say
And
your
be
ages,
careful.
I
And
guess,
state
but-
your.
You have to
and
be.
state
Oh
your
yeah, can you
age.
guys let us know? Oh, and if you don't mind, introduce yourselves a little
yourself.
bit, and let us know if you don't mind giving your age and a little bit of what you do. We'll start with Emma.
Or if not.
Hi, so I'm Emma. I'm 24. I work at a public utility, and I am also in a committed relationship.
Okay.
All right, Cindy.
It's
Hi, I'm Cindy. I currently work at a urology office in the admin side, and I'm currently single.
All right. So back to Iceman's questions.
now remember it.
So what's your view on that age difference, or your if where's that cutoff for in your mind? So we'll start with Cindy this time.
So one of the things I do agree with is that, and I don't know if Emma will agree with me since she's another female here in the podcast, but I believe females do grow quicker mentally. So once you get out of the high school, I feel like you become independent, or you tend to become independent. So you have a quicker mindset of like, okay, we got to get things done. We got to keep growing. We got to keep progressing. I don't know if men have that same mentality once they're out of high school. But I feel like whenever I speak to my friends who are females or my coworkers, like that's the mentality that I get. That being said, it's very loaded. It's a very loaded topic. I feel
It
like
is.
because there's just so many
Yes.
different scenarios. So in this case, like his daughter is 19, but she may have already a faster growing mentality. Therefore, she might not interact that well with other 19-year-olds or like early 20-year-olds. So she might need a more mature person. But it varies on the scenario. If we're talking about like a 20-year-old being with maybe a 40-year-old, like a 20-year-old is still in college, they're still figuring out their life. A 40-year-old already has to worry about a mortgage, is already on their second car loan, who knows. So
Third
it
wife.
varies
Maybe have
on
kids, maybe
Yeah.
have
third wife.
your own kids.
Maybe have
Yeah.
kids.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I think it depends. Not their age does matter, but as well as where the person is mentally and where they are in their life. like there might not be so many things in common if they're in different stages of life.
Mm-hmm.
That's
All right.
good thing.
Yes. Thank you. Emma?
So I agree pretty much with all of what Cindy said, but what I think the best ways to kind of summarize it too, and to more broadly think about it, is it really comes down to experience. So think about like how young you are at 19 and how the experiences you had. When you're that young, you're a lot more limited on experiences versus someone 24, 25, 30, and 40. So I think that's where it kind of plays into the differences in age gaps and why people may say it doesn't matter further down the line. Because further down the line, you've had more of a chance to have similar experiences, even if there's a age gap from 50 to 60, 25 to 35. You might have had more time to have experiences, but at like 19 and 24, you've had a lot less time at 19 to have a lot of those experiences. And I also think, like I personally wouldn't want to date 19-year-old me. That was an entirely different person, and I'm 24 now. So I think
Right.
just when you're fresh out of high school, I know like it's relative to who you're around. So at a high school when you're like 18, 19, you're the oldest of your peers. So you kind of come of that like, oh, I'm older, I'm
That's
mature.
true.
Then you
Right.
kind of go to a different age group in college or
Yep.
in the workforce, you're young again. So it's kind of relative to your
Right.
experience and the people you're around too. So
That's-
in terms of like 19, 24, if they're a similar experience of they're both working, they both maybe haven't had that much relationship experience, but those experiences can create an imbalance. So someone who's 24 looking into someone 5 years younger than them might be looking for someone with less experience in the dating
Mhm.
world because they might know that there's certain boundaries that they can push versus they just might have
Taking advantage of someone.
exactly.
Right.
Yeah, so that's where
Mhm.
experience kind of like that broad topic
Right.
can be narrowed down of just
Mhm.
like it create power imbalances of just someone might not know better. So I think the younger you are, the tighter the age gap should be, simply because you just haven't had much experience in the world yet. So at 19, you're still figuring out yourself and what you like. And at 24, you're going to be much more comfortable and know yourself a lot better.
Well, I
Dang.
think just to add to finish
I agree.
that little part up, but like when my daughter, some of her friends that were from high school, the guys, they're not even caring about going to work on time. They're calling in sick when they want to. They don't even
Yep.
work. So it's like she's already grounded. Like I went to school, I'm a CNA, I'm already working, I'm transferring to a new job to better myself. So I wouldn't want her, I guess, to date someone who's 19, I guess.
Right,
Thinking of it that
exactly.
way.
So
Because,
she has
yeah.
the limit to up to about 30, right? Is that what? So if
No,
she brings,
no.
so if she brings
That's what
like,
you said
No.
off air. That's what you
No.
said.
That's exactly
you know,
where
20, what, 27,
55 was the
28,
cutoff.
what,
that's
what's
exactly where that experience factor comes into play in that like category of experiences. She is ahead of much of her peers. If she
Mhm.
has that CNA, she is working and she is a lot more like put together than most 19-year-olds. So in that sense, she might connect more to people who are older than
right,
her.
like 30, like
No, not
27,
30.
28,
I'm a-
like,
I will
you
say
know,
22 to 24.
oh, that's the number.
24
Oh,
is the limit.
24.
So-
Oh, I'm thinking
Yeah.
like 28, 29.
No.
Because I think because Tay-Tay's pretty smart. She's
Here's the
pretty
thing.
advanced.
I know me at
Tay-Tay's pretty
24.
advanced.
I know what I was like at 24. So I look at that like, oh, Taylor, you might be in trouble even with 24. You know, like, so
Yeah.
that's what worries me.
Well, Mike, never mind. Your
Yeah,
your
thank you.
24 is a little different than other people's 24. No, I'm just playing.
Doc, what do you got? Yeah.
So, okay, what I got. So, okay, so I know you guys have a bunch of friends. You have your own personal experiences and stuff like that. But I know you are around people that actually are a little older. Sometimes. Cindy, where's Cindy go? There she go.
Sorry,
Come on,
I couldn't hear you well.
Oh, she's trying to
So,
hide.
She's
Nuh-uh.
trying to jet.
Yep.
So,
Like, that's enough.
damn, Momo, what was my question? Oh, yeah, okay.
They
So
got
you
friends.
guys-
They're working
so you-
older. They're working
so,
with older
yeah,
people.
so what's there now? I have a 21-year-old. I have a 21-year-old and a 22-year-old. So I'm not gonna bring it up. She'll curse me out. Listen, so what do they say about, because you know there's a lot of older guys that go for younger women and stuff like that. So what do they say? Like what's out there? What's going on? Like, has a guy ever reached out to one of your friends and she was like, ew, like he
Wait,
too
why you
old?
go that direction?
Or
Why don't you
you,
ask them
or-
first? Why don't you ask for
Hold
them?
on. Or have you had friends that was like, oh, he's older. let's see what's up. And he was a lot older, and you may have been like, I'm not so sure about that. However, so what do you through your friends? What have you seen out there? Like, what's going on? Come on, Emma, you go first. Come on. What you seen?
I would say personally, I feel like I'm a little on the wrong end of the spectrum. Most of my friends are also in committed relationships, but we have had plenty of people, as young women trying to hit on us. Mm-hmm. And of course, as I think a lot of it comes behind of intention. So when like an older gentleman, particularly, or an older, like someone maybe like 5 to 10 years older, and he was hitting on you when you're younger, it can at times feel validating because you're like, oh, I'm being noticed. But if you think about it more, you're like, why is this person who's that much older than me going on someone who's so young?
Right.
And like, I don't think, and the vice versa of someone younger looking for someone older, I don't think either side necessarily may have the best intentions. So I know when you're a bit younger too, and you're looking for someone who's like, I think what's very popular with like younger people generally is looking for someone who has more money. It's a very
we were getting to that.
It's very common, but it's just things like this. It's like, why are you actually going for that? Like beyond the age, what is the difference? Because I know younger is a lot like more naive, a lot less knowing a lot less about the world, or not having like total control over all your assets yet, too. So like there's different things, and I don't think either of them are necessarily great too. So for both of those perspectives, it's like, what are you trying to really get at? Are you getting to someone who's like, maybe you can have a little more power over, or are you getting to someone who could provide for you too?
Mm-hmm. Older guys can afford Applebee's.
Yeah. Right, let me get to a chat real quick before Cindy. Real quick. Cindy, Mindful Energy Healing says hello, seasoned folks, which is
Gloria?
Yes.
Gloria?
That's
Gloria.
Yes. I'm like,
Gloria.
Bruh, she gave the signal, seasoned folks. Yeah, because we're seasoned. And again, serious consciousness. Thank you.
Get this man.
Shut up.
Sircon.
Punch. Okay. All right. So Cindy, your turn.
Cindy. What's going on?
So when I'm with my coworkers or with my friends, I don't think I've ever really encountered a friend being someone way older than them. Maybe just by a couple of years, but nothing too big. But whenever they have been flirted by a way older gentleman or woman, it's always like a funny joke, like, haha, like I had someone older. Yeah, like I had an old man sort of looking at me or flirting with me.
Hold on.
Man.
No, I'm gonna be all right. Hold on.
It's like for the funs and giggles.
I thought Applebee's was it.
But they always take it like a joke. And there's like, oh, like that's a little weird, but haha, like a fun moment. Sorry. But that's the most I've experienced.
I cry on the inside.
It's internal. Fine. It's internal crying. Don't worry about it. Yeah. Don't worry about us old men over here getting crushed. Don't mind us.
So, and I am happily married and everything. Yes. So I'm not out there looking for, a wife or nothing. So.
All right, keep going, Cindy. Sorry.
No, it's okay. So, but yeah, I don't know. I've never encountered much of like those type of situations, and whenever I have, it's always just to like make fun of, and like if we did ever like think about like, oh, what if you do get with that person? It's always like, the money question comes along, like, oh, are they stable? Like, can they support me because they're older? And hey, the economy's rough, so there's always that possibility. I don't know.
Well, I said Applebee's.
To each their own.
Yeah.
But I agree 100% with Eva. I think what she emphasized, it was definitely true. But I don't know, maybe it's just my coworkers and friend groups. We just laugh about it.
Yeah. You hear that, Doc? They just be laughing at us. You hear that?
I think it's definitely go out again. You don't take it as seriously.
Yeah, we don't.
Yeah, we don't.
That's interesting.
It is. So it's perspective because I do have some other guy friends that are around my age that are single or that have dated and stuff, and when they go after a younger and they just kind of laugh it off and joke it off. and he'll say something about whatever, and that's the other side, guys. He's laughing at you. They're laughing at you, man. They're laughing at you.
So
I
Still
feel
though,
so.
shoot your shot, man.
Yeah, go
That's
for
all I
it.
say. Go for it anyway.
So, hold up.
You
So
might
what?
be you might be talked about later and laughed about, but
Yeah, but go for it.
for every
You might find
At
true
least you
love.
made us, at least it was a good laugh. At least it was a good laugh.
Damn.
yeah,
You
you
made
made
someone
somebody's
happy.
Cindy, just
night.
keep
Yeah,
going. Cindy, just keep going.
you made somebody's
Man,
night.
will you mute her?
Yeah. Yeah, yeah.
Hey, you guys
Yeah.
invited me.
I know, exactly. That's what we want. No, he's fine. Don't mind Doc. He's just mad because he's the only single one of the bunch.
So
I know it.
Okay.
Go ahead, Doc.
No, I say, why we keep talking about older men? What about the older ladies?
Yes, the
I know
Cougars
you
in the
guys are
house.
best
Play
friends
devil's
now.
advocate.
Stop acting like they don't go for the
Yes.
younger guys.
Yep.
Now-
All right, let me get to the chats real quick. I gotta say, yes, it was Gloria here because you forgot
I didn't forget.
it was Gloria. No, I'm just playing. All right, and I agree with Emma. This is Brendan. I agree with Emma. Age from frame ultimately depends on maturity level, where you are intellectually. Yep.
Well,
I
so
agree. And then hold on. Honey Bear Catherine says, hey guys, sorry I'm late. Nope. Welcome to the party. And real world VR and the heezy faux cheesy. You only live once. That's what
She smokes,
nice,
smokes in
nice.
that.
yeah, that's what no, not Chief. Jesse
Jesse,
with an A. So yeah, no.
Canadians.
But he's saying you only live once. So for
shoot
those
it. Yeah. Just like.
But there is a
Hamilton.
level, though,
Just like
right?
Hamilton.
There is a level.
right.
So I think most men, we think about it like there is a level. Like, somebody my age, and none of your business what that age is. But anyway, somebody my age,
Old as hell.
82.
doesn't really want to talk to anybody in their 20s. We just really don't. But then there's a reality. Let's say you're hanging out in Vegas. And
Yeah.
you're hanging out in Vegas. Like, in what circumstances, like, does it really matter in Vegas, or what happens
Well,
in
it
Vegas
depends
stays in
on
Vegas?
what you want though, because if you don't,
It's
you want
Vegas.
a relationship. I know what I'm saying is if you want a relationship, then you're not looking at the girls in Vegas for that. You're looking at for one reason, right? And that's
And
a
what's
different
that reason?
situation.
Nice man.
I don't know, whatever the reason may be. Like you want to play cards with them? I don't know. Poker? I don't even want to play poker. Strip poker? I don't know.
but hold up. Did I have a question? Because I forgot.
All right. Well, while you're thinking of it, I got some
Talking about
chats.
Okay.
Oh,
I
I'm
was
sorry,
you're talking about the reversal of older women to
Oh,
younger
yeah,
men.
that was
right. All right. Hold that thought. Remember it, Doc. Let's see. Kathleen Newton. Hello. Gail here. Let's see. L. Jackson
Oh,
says,
Gail.
yeah.
Latoya.
So she says, young ladies, please live your life, explore the world, and figure out who you are. The people you date in your 20s will likely not matter in your 50s. Bam.
Oh, they
Unless
did.
you're dating someone in their 50s.
Well, yeah, okay. And Brendan said, follow your heart. And Jesse said, Jesse's single like Doc. And oh, hey,
Oh,
Jesse's in the house.
single, like,
All right. And then sometimes, this is Brendan. Sometimes other head is good
No.
no.
why are you reading that? Why are you reading that?
I didn't scan it first. I'm sorry. My bad. My bad. I didn't scan that one first. I
We
didn't go too far with that. All right, but you guys got it. So Doc, older women.
Emma. I'll start with this one. I don't think guys care. Like if we're like 20 and a 40-year-old's like, what's up? I think we're like, we don't. I don't even think we're laughing. We'll talk to our friends later, but I don't think we're laughing.
Yeah, no, it's not a convo on our side.
Yeah,
Speaking of the older women, though, they have shows like Desperate Housewives that there are a lot of the older women that have a lot of money too, and they go after like the gardener, they go after the the bus boy, and they so there are cougars out there that do that. I'm just want to press with that. Yeah.
I think sometimes like gender does like blind us from like looking at things critically too, because sometimes I know like women will like who are like in their 50s going after people in their like young 20s get overlooked because it's like, yeah, girl
Well, they're
boss.
celebrated. It's almost
Yeah.
like they're
A little bit,
celebrated.
yeah. And
That's true.
It's one of those things where you have to be like, it's at the end of the day, regardless of gender, it is a power imbalance that is happening of like experience
On either side.
Most of the time, money too.
Yeah.
That is like being used over a person. So I think at the end of the day, like the old versus young always comes down to, is there a power imbalance happening here?
And I agree on that power imbalance, but again, there's a power imbalance. It could go both ways, because again, if there's a older guy that's not able to do things or date or as well, and he does have that money, and that female is using that for her power, is to get his money and stuff as well, and uses her whatever to be able to use that. So a lot of times, yeah, well, I wasn't going judicial system. I was going more towards using the man for his money, and as a power for her as well, because it can be used as power for a female as well.
Yeah, because younger guys know that older women might be lonely in certain ways, just like the older men, and women can manipulate the older men just as easy. So it could easily go both ways.
Mm-hmm.
Where's Cindy? Cindy, quiet.
Right.
Cindy,
what you think, Cindy? I know.
I'm just enjoying.
She wants to say something. I can see it. No, I can see she wants to say something. Come on, Cindy.
Cindy. What you think, Cindy?
Cindy's like, I'm dating an 80-year-old. What are you talking
about?
Yeah.
No, so my mentality went first, like what you guys had mentioned first, is like, how does the society really perceive all that? And yeah, if an older guy is hitting on a younger girl, it's seen as creepy and weird and like, ugh. But if an older woman is seeking out a younger man, it is more like clapped at, like, wow, you go, girl. Like,
right.
Go ahead, get
girl
that
power.
rejuvenation, you know? Yeah.
That's
go
like
get that young guy. Go
that's
get
like
that
multiple
young guy.
men, right?
Yeah, exactly. So it's definitely more cheered out for.
Yeah,
but
what's that all about?
I think regardless of the gender, like, it's still the same scenario. It's everything that we talked about should be applied regardless of the age. But that's just my mentality on it.
Like perception in society,
great.
right? If a woman has multiple men, it's looked at as bad. If a man has multiple women, it's like, yo, you all good.
Yep.
Yeah.
So society
that perspective, yeah.
Well, I think Devlin brought something up earlier, and I'll let him expand on it. But there is a thing where we're discussing why they're doing that, right? But there are younger women that's what they want. They don't want a long-term relationship. They want to be with someone that has money that can give them a lifestyle that they can't get with their peers, right? So they may say, I understand that this guy's 55 years old, but I don't care. I'm going to give him what he wants because I want what he's got. And that's two consenting adults. That's what you were saying, Devlin, right? They're adults. They can do what they will. Expand on. I don't know how you say it.
You're nailing it right on the nose. So yeah, something like that.
What do they want, Iceman?
No, what I'm saying is they both want something. She wants money, and he wants that young person.
I don't. What? I'm sorry. What does he want, Icy? What does he want?
Companionship.
He wants the young What is it?
Yeah, just a young companion.
Oh, but the young. But what about the young? What is it that the young?
She wants money. She wants to be able to say, I can drive around this car. I can drive into this, and if it means me hanging out every once in a while with them, well, what do you think OnlyFans is doing? That's what they're doing. They're catering to old men that they're on their computers. That they're like, I'll send you private messages, and that makes them happy, and they send them money. So it's the same, except it's only on the computer.
Dating's a little.
I'm just.
No, I think dating is a little different than OnlyFans.
No, I'm saying the man. I'm saying the age difference.
I'm just saying. I don't know.
I mean, a 19-year-old bop girl, right?
Yeah,
and she,
exactly.
Or whatever they call them.
I
don't know what they call them.
I see. That's another podcast.
Yeah.
All right. So.
Can I?
All right.
Let
me get to the chat.
Problem with my camera.
Let's see. Oh, I almost read that one again. Oh, I meant to read this one because Doc's got in trouble. Vegas? Seriously? You know who said that, right? You know who said that?
My mom?
Your mom. Mm-hmm.
Crap, man. My mom's on the show.
Yep. That's your mom. Talk. All right. And Honey Bear said maturity of the person is more important than the age. I agree with that. Alex, the Saint Bernard lover, says, "Hey everyone, what's up, Alex?
What's up, Alex?
What's happening?"
What's
And then
up?
Honey Bear
What's
said, "I have dated several younger men, and
Oh,
I am
you
not
go, girl.
wealthy.
That's not my mama.
I detest the label cougar." Ooh.
Man, that
Oh,
better be my mama.
Okay. So Honey Bear, no, it's not. That's Honey Bear, I said.
Okay.
But what? Mama Rose, you out there in Arizona, and the pool guy that comes over. I know Doc came over and helped you with the pool and all that stuff. But when the pool guy comes over, I mean,
what?
would you be willing to date him if he was,
My
So
mom ain't
Mama
dating
Rose,
nobody
oh,
now.
here we go. Oh, I thought she already said something. So all right, I'll leave that alone. And then
back to
Jesse
Emma.
said, "Great point, Emma." And Catherine Honeybear said, "You are." I have to scan this first. You are a disgusting,
Cool.
or you are discussing a certain level of society where money. My
Yeah, you
eyeglasses.
gotta reread
Just
it.
stop it. I know. That's why I said I got to read this. Money is important.
I was sure it was going to be about me, though.
Many
Disgusting.
times
I was sure it was going to be
has
about
nothing
me.
to do with money. Yeah. So she's saying it has nothing to do with money. And Mama Rose said no, not even
Oh,
close.
good.
No
Yeah,
pool
mama.
guy.
Yeah, mama.
That's
No
right.
pool guy. That's what I'm
No
talking
pool
about.
guy.
So
Okay,
can
yeah,
I
you're
bring
right.
up this fact
Yeah.
also, that in our as humans, right? Men look just biologically, they look for a woman or a female that can reproduce, right? That's what they look at it and they go, this person biologically says that they can reproduce, and that's the order of the species, right? And women also look at older men the same way, like they are more established, so that's a better fit for their children, like biologically. Now I've heard this like a lot, they say that that's what biologically you look for, is that. So is that a factor, do you think, anymore, or
I think
just out?
we're like, as a society and just as like humans too, kind of way past like scientifically the whole kind of the monkey brain of biologically what is better, what is not, because we have made so many advances in science and like engineered the world around us to our survival, right? And like almost overcome natural selection via that. So I think that kind of stuff has like fallen to the wayside quite a bit. And
Okay.
so some of that stuff may be true, but there are things of, well, like I think on the side of woman, it's like while biologically they may be able to like carry a child and stuff like that, they might, or like be able to like conceive, the getting through the rest of the pregnancy and delivering
Right.
is like harder when you're younger, and there are actually like things that do get easier as you get older. And there are a lot of like myths around that stuff too that get kind of pushed around us back. So I think the whole younger is better from that standpoint isn't always necessarily true.
Nice.
Yeah.
Cindy, come on. You knew we were coming to you. You knew.
I agree with Emma. Like there are a lot of scientific advances nowadays, so that might not be a huge issue anymore. But while we were just you guys were discussing about this or mentioning this topic, I was thinking of a story I just recently heard. I was in one of my business classes, and my professor we were just discussing about like becoming an entrepreneur and what that may how you can become like pretty much just owning your own business and what are the pros and cons of it. So in the story, he knew of a friend at that time who had gone through college and was just solely focused on making as much money, making his own business, pretty much making his own name and his own fortune before he decided to even seek dating. So after 18, once he got out of high school, he went straight into college, finished college, made his own business, created his own profile. And by the time he felt stable and successful, he was already almost in his 40s, or going into his 40s, I should say. And at that time, he had been so much focused on making a living for himself and for the future he wanted. He was already retired and everything. that now he was seeking that family orientation that he had postponed for so long. But he couldn't look for another 40-year-old because at that age, most likely that's not going to happen family-wise, reproducing, right? So he looked younger. Eventually, he did meet a 28-year-old, who they matched and they started having a family. So in that case, like, nobody in the class, like, we weren't talking about reproduction, or we weren't talking about whether or not that scenario is okay or not. But in this case, like, how would you guys feel about that? Like, would a 20-year-old be okay to be with a 40-year-old? I mean, they were both looking for the same things.
Right.
28,
and they're
28, not 20,
28.
28.
Or, yeah. But I agree. They I'm
Yeah,
sorry. Go
so
on, Icy. You were going.
No, that was,
No,
I
go
was
ahead,
just
go
saying
ahead.
that they are older. I mean, she's 28. She's mature enough to make a decision. She's not 18 years old where she hasn't had any life experience. So, and they're both consenting adults, and he's at an age where, like you said, he's successful. He did all this stuff. Now he's trying to find, and it's harder. Like you said, his age group, his peers, they're either just starting motherhood or they're just starting, they're in relationships already. And so he's trying to find where he can find that connection.
Yeah. So in that case, like, there was a 12-year-old age gap, but they were both at a more stable or mature place in their lifestyle.
Right.
And they were both seeking exactly what they both wanted, which was start a family.
They both
so there's those particular situations. So when you first hear about the situation or whatever, your first initial is like, oh, there's a big age difference. But then when you get some context behind it, you're like, oh, well, okay, that makes sense. All right, that makes sense. So it kind of changes your perspective on that initial shock of, oh my gosh, 12 years. And then you're like, oh, but there's a reason. Okay, that makes sense.
Well, I got a question for Doc, or were you going to say something, Doc? I got a question for you.
No, I got a little story, but go ahead. You go.
Go ahead. No, you do it, because I got a question for you. Yeah.
Oh, so I think it's important. Well, the problem that he may run into, because it's difficult to find somebody, because just the way the world is now, that matches you. So I wish him luck in that relationship, and I hope they're still happily married and stuff like that. But sometimes
she's looking for security too, though, is what I'm imagining.
But no, I'm just saying the way
she's getting that.
No, I get that, but what percentage? 60%, 70% in the divorce marriages
50.
and stuff like that.
I think it's 50.
It's 50. Okay. So at the end of the day, it's sometimes it's tough to get it right. And when you have that first one, sometimes people, like, for example, I had a patient of mine, very, very nice lady. She had been married multiple times, and she kept kind of, like, we were just having a conversation. I knew her years ago. I haven't seen her in a while, but I do remember the distinctly conversation. And we were just laughing at her how she was making poor choices and getting, and guys that she chose to get married. So she had to do it multiple times. So she ended up marrying a guy, and I made a joke out of it, but it was lighthearted. We were having a good time with it. So the guy had one eye and couldn't read. So my thing is, no, why y'all laughing? This is the guy she chose. So why are you laughing?
I'm not laughing. I was the lights in my eyes.
I said, couldn't read as in, like, blind or illiterate.
Well, I mean, something happened with one of his eyes, but I'm sorry,
Doc, you know I'm blind in one eye.
I know
I'm blind. I'm blind in one eye.
So we were laughing.
You're talking about me.
That's why I was laughing.
I know.
Years ago, and I just haven't talked to her, but we were just cracking up in the office because I'm laughing at, like, all these decisions. And I don't remember where this guy, because she had been married a couple of times, and I was like, I remember it been like like the second or third, because she had said he was the opposite of her previous. Like, the other guy was all stiff. This guy was cool. And obviously her first husband had both his eyes and he could read. Right?
Yeah, he can read, right? Yeah.
So I was like, why would you put yourself in that position that to marry a guy with one eye and couldn't read? And they basically said that, they would they just needed some type of change. And I guess all around is where I'm going with is when you're older, sometimes what you laughing at, man? Stop laughing at the guy, man. You don't even know him. So the point is that when you're older, even then you don't know what you actually want. And that was her decision making process to figure out exactly what they want. So I guess my little advice to Emma and Cindy, as you grow, and I know Cindy's getting married for sure. And Emma too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Look at
Cindy for
better
sure.
look.
Cindy's like,
I
what?
heard when we were talking to her, she
No.
was so excited when we brought up the marriage thing.
I
She
know.
was like,
We say
marriage.
younger people, make sure you take your time to really see see what people are about, and make sure you make a decision not based on pure emotion, but practicality as well. Because I'm thinking, if the guy couldn't read, like, what if y'all go to the restaurant or something? You know what I mean?
Well, that's helping. He helps her. They're together.
Vows.
Huh?
How did he get through reading his vows?
Oh, he has to memorize them.
No, he
He's got this
memorized it.
down.
Yeah, I
He's
think
got
he
this
memorized
down
it.
by now.
He
Or
used
he just
AI.
made it. Or he just made
He
it
used
up.
AI.
Yeah.
No, he used AI robot.
Yeah, I got a
Type
few
it in.
chats. I got a few chats here. Oh, and I did want to touch back on what Honey Bear was saying about the fact of not having the money and still wanting a younger person. So it's not always about the money. It's there's also those other physical needs and wants that some people want, and from the younger, or regardless, male and female, either side. So it's again, if a younger person wants to be with an older person for whatever reason, and then a younger or an older person wants to be with a younger person, and they meet somehow, I don't see where there's a disconnect or a problem if that's what they both want, and because of their needs that they might have. So their individual needs. So well, hold on, let me read the chat. I know I was waiting. I knew you had an opinion.
No.
Alexa, set alarm for 1 minute.
I'm reading the
1
chat.
minute alarm set for 5:43 p.m.
You know what? Let's see. Yes, Honey Bear said, how many times have you heard older women say it shows that they had more fun with the younger men than they had with the men their age?
See, but men could say the same thing back.
Right.
It's exactly the same.
Yeah.
Men could say I have more fun with the younger woman, like, but that's looked down upon with society,
right?
More so than the other way.
Yep, I agree. And that's kind of what Cindy was talking about. Yeah, I see her over there smiling. My second husband was 10 years my senior, and age was not a problem. Alcoholism was. Okay, so
Yeah,
exactly. So age might not always be the problem. There might be some other issues going on.
Some drug issues.
And so Mama Rose said, not funny when I was laughing about the eye guy, and I was laughing at Icy because he only has, his eye issue.
Thank you, Mama Rose, for sticking up for me.
Maybe
I'm gonna get an eye patch. I'm getting an eye patch.
And Mama Rose, maybe she doesn't have the confidence to do better. Yeah, you're right. There's some issues that she might have. And also, Gloria earlier said, good point, Cindy. I don't remember what she was saying it about, but she was saying
all
good point.
All of her points were good. What are you talking about?
Well, we have to thank Gloria for helping us get these.
We will. And she also said, that's what made me remember that, it is not until you love yourself, then you can fall in love with another. Exactly. And that was from Gloria. Oh, no, that wasn't from Gloria. That was from Brendan. Sorry, Brendan.
But
my God. Sorry about that. Honey Bear is a great lady. That was from Jesse. And some people need to be, this was from Latoya, I think her name was.
Latoya Jackson.
Yes, Latoya Jackson. Some people need to do some work on themselves before dating and marriage, but people aren't ready for that conversation. Yes.
I have a question real quick. It was Jesse that said the Honey Bear was like really
a great person.
Yeah. So aren't they both
a great
single?
Lady.
Aren't they both single? Jesse is
single? I think that's what he said.
Jesse and Honey Bear.
Honey Bear. I don't know.
And
could it happen
young.
on their podcast?
He's not. I
don't know. Connection.
Matches. That's what we do. That's what we do.
Anyway,
ask you guys about marriage.
Back to you, Bob.
We got 15 more minutes. 15, 16. Okay.
Yeah.
What do you guys think about marriage?
My question was to Doc.
Go ahead.
We've gotten the younger perspective. We've talked about old and new. You're
old.
Well, hold on. But we're married. We're
That's messed up,
married.
Iceman. That's
We're
messed
married.
up.
You're
Ain't
out
gonna put me in
looking.
that.
Hold
Don't put
on.
me in
You're
that.
out looking.
Don't put me
What
in
I'm
that.
saying is, what age would you look at is too
Don't put
old
me-
for you to go for, or
I'm
too
too
young
old.
for you to go for?
Oh, well,
Yeah. See,
said
wait.
too old?
Yeah, I'm glad you asked that question, Icy, because I want to hear.
I want to
I'm-
hear it too.
Yes, I do
You
want to
got a
hear
little
that.
defensive
so
there.
I'm,
Yeah.
I'm financially stressed, so I'm looking for myself a good 95-year-old that got a check. Steady
See,
income.
there you go. Well,
So-
honesty.
I mean,
I love
since
it.
you
for like
asked,
40 years.
he's like,
I
since
love
you
it.
asked.
Since you asked.
Some
Yeah.
old widow that
Look,
has a couple
All right,
of
what's the
mansions.
youngest, Doc? What's the
Does it-
youngest?
No, I didn't hear that. So talking.
What's the youngest, Doc?
So the older one I was talking about, and I'm saying she don't talk too much. She's probably in a walker, so I can leave the house without a whole bunch of stress. I get a nice, house is probably paid for. Yeah.
Come on,
so
Doc.
I'm looking for about 95.
What's
Doc.
the youngest? What's the youngest, Doc?
Youngest what? Oh, my
Like you
youngest
would-
daughter. My youngest daughter is
yeah.
21. and
Wow,
my-
deflection.
my next one is 22. Should be 20.
You know what? If I had to, okay, since he's not going to answer, this is my opinion on Doc. This is my opinion on Doc.
He's
Honestly,
not wanting to answer.
I
huh,
would
Doc?
say, his youngest would be, I would say 30. I would say 30.
You'd
and
say
no
Doc's
more-
30?
No. I would say the youngest he would go for is
Right.
30.
Right.
Because he doesn't want anything young where he's got to explain what before internet, what that was like. He don't want to explain that, right? He's like, I'm into VR, I'm into crypto. I need someone at least to knows a little bit about the world, but he don't want someone more. So I would say only 10 years older than Doc.
Oh,
He
right.
don't want anything older because he still wants to be able to. He's a doctor after all, so
Right.
he wants to get in on his boat and go around and sail around.
I
So
got a
he
boat.
really don't want the walker type. He
Yeah.
don't want that. He wants about maybe 10 years older, maybe.
Yeah,
tops.
30. Yeah, 30. I
Thank you,
can see.
Iceman.
Yeah.
That's why I like you better than the other guy. Thank you, Iceman.
I got you.
No. We'll just go with Icy's. I'm gonna concede. Icy, you're right, man. I think you're about right.
Hey,
Yeah.
Cindy, Emma,
Right.
does it look like he has makeup on his head? He does.
Devlin has makeup. He definitely
Yeah,
does.
look how smooth it
Quality
is.
Camera,
Look
No,
how
that's
smooth that
makeup.
is.
Look at that.
Stop.
Look at that.
You know what? I got it. Hey,
Sephora is one of our sponsors.
got a
Sephora
new-
is
shut
one
up.
of our
I
sponsors.
got a new razor, that hairy razor, and I tried that out.
Oh my!
Nobody's head is that
And I
damn
tried
clean,
it,
bro.
and it works really good. It's actually I don't use makeup. There's no makeup
It's
on
matte.
my.
It's the good stuff.
You can keep
Hey,
saying that all you
you
want.
keep saying
Go
it, you're
ahead, keep
lying,
on
bro.
saying
We
it.
know. Cindy, Emma, what do you guys think about marriage?
What do you think?
Definitely
Marriage.
some matte foundation. Definitely
oh,
some matte foundation.
Oh!
Yeah.
Oh,
Better than
Yes.
mine.
Yes,
no,
He's
stop!
got
No,
better
you
blending
know
than
it.
mine.
exactly.
Stop.
I'm all
No.
splotchy. You could tell, like this natural. Iceman natural. Look at that.
Not
No.
because degrees, but for Devlin, it's definitely matte.
It's smooth. Look at it. Just because you want
Oh
good
my
stuff.
God!
Ain't nothing there.
There's nothing wrong with wanting to look your best and little.
Exactly.
There you go. There you go, Devlin.
So,
There you go. There's nothing wrong with you using makeup. Don't worry about it.
Ah.
so how's the world changed as far as like marriage? Do you see young folks
Yeah.
talking about, hey, we're getting married tomorrow, really into it? Or is it kind of like, I've seen too much divorce court?
Oh,
I think it really depends. I feel like marriage, especially, has such huge like kind of cultural kind of expectations. So as someone who's like from a metropolitan area more, I feel like in like more metropolitan areas where it's like a much faster pace of life and different expectations. And as a woman too, I have a lot more of my own agency. Marriage is something that's much further down the line. But for people,
Emma, you're in a relationship right now, right?
yes.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I was just making sure. Okay, I'm
Yeah.
sorry. Go ahead.
No, you're all good. So marriage, I think for people more like busy lifestyles and have other goals, like they have other dreams beyond marriage, and their relationships. Marriage is something that's maybe kicked down the road a little bit, and there's a lot of other milestones for that. But other parts of the country, other cultures, or even religions have different emphasis on marriage. So if you're sometimes, I know people from rural areas, there's a bit more of an expectation of getting married younger, starting a family younger. So it greatly depends on where you are, where your family's from too. So I know
And religion is a big
religion
one too.
plays
You're right.
a part of it, depending on whether or not like certain religions may believe certain things can't be done before marriage. So I believe that's a huge factor of why people get married so young, is because that marriage is almost a barrier to certain other things as well.
Yeah.
Look at
Cindy has something to
Look at
say.
her
You
lips
saw
all-
it? I know.
Her lips all
Cindy,
tight.
Cindy's like, let me speak.
Get married. Sandy's gonna get
let me loose. Let me loose. I saw her.
Sorry, Emma.
I agree with what Emma, her points of view, I completely understand. I agree with it. No, I do.
Great mindset.
I can only speak on my personal beliefs and my personal experience. So it's not that I'm against marriage or anything. I think it's beautiful. I really do. If there are two partners that join together and they make it work and they find commitment within each other and happiness and they get a marriage out of it, amazing. I would be completely happy for them.
Here it comes.
But
in my situation, and I can only speak for myself, is that I prefer to heal. I know that I carry, even though I'm only 24, I carry a lot of baggage. I carry a lot of emotional stress. I'm not even financially stable. I have yet to choose what career I want to do along the line. All I'm doing right now is getting, an hourly check, getting through the day and going home and going to sleep. So it's not that I'm against it. It's just, it's so much stress that comes with it. It's so much anxiety right now. And and there's so much, the world is changing constantly that I just feel like I can't keep up. And I prefer to heal myself and go through my healing journey first before I even am able to find someone to continue with and to grow with. So that's just where I am at right now, but I can change my mind later on. So
I know it's off subject a little bit.
Emma.
It's off subject a little bit, but like I know someone who's like 50 and she has young kids because when she was younger, she dated and she says, I'm too selfish of a person to get into a relationship where I'm going to have children. I'm not going to have children young. And she knew that her children would almost come second to herself.
Right.
So she waited until she was at a part in her life where she says, okay, I'm done doing what I want. Now I'm ready to give myself to a family.
Right.
And so she waited till way later. Like, I mean, I knew this person. I thought, never have kids, never have kids. She'll never get married. Like, it's just not in the cards. But it at a certain point in her life, and like I said, she's like 50 with young kids. So, that was her decision. Kind of like what you were saying.
I think that's also super responsible take she took as well, because then think how much better those kids' lives are now that they're much more wanted and desired too. And also now that she has more money, she can spoil her kids.
Right.
Too.
And give them some more attention and stuff.
Let's be clear. I have been married. I don't know if I brought that up. And this is funny that we bring this up on today. Today's my ex-wife's birthday.
Yeah.
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday! And my behind up.
Hey, happy birthday to
Happy birthday!
And
Doc's ex.
And I sent her some happy birthday gifts. So what do you call GIFs? What are those things called? Gifts.
Gifts.
Yeah, that's what they're called. Anyway, so I sent her those, and I sent them like 1:30 in the morning. So
you did.
So
we were on the phone.
There you go. Yeah. So look, just and marriage is tough. So even though I'm not with my ex-wife, and that was just because we just had differences that obviously just things didn't work out. But wonderful woman did a great job raising my kids, so I can't take that away. So even though I talk all the stuff I talk, I've had the experience, and it was wonderful, and it was some great time. So happy birthday, Dominique, and I want to give you a shout out. There you go.
Woo! Wow. Shout out. Nice. Hold on. Happy birthday. All right.
I don't think we're legally allowed to sing happy birthday, right?
That was mine.
I know.
That's why it did an
edited
version.
It, but I was like,
I didn't want to get out there, cease and desist. I didn't want to get it. Yeah.
Is that an executive order I didn't hear about?
Yeah, you missed it. All right.
Trump said,
I see. Can you tell us about that?
What?
This executive order? Can you tell? No, I'm just playing.
No.
We got some chats real quick. I already did that. Let's see. Oh, Jesse said he was laughing, laugh out
Oh
loud.
no, because
And then
of the
my mom has a
Catherine.
check and she's 96. I'll introduce you. That was to
Yo.
Jesse.
Damn.
That was to
Damn.
Jesse.
Whoa.
Just throwing that out
Whoa.
there.
He's Canadian too?
And yeah, he's
You go,
Canadian.
Doc.
Yeah.
You go, Doc.
And Mama Rose said, really? And Iceman's in Doc's head. Great assessment. Yeah, he was all up in there when he kept pushing about
That
Doc.
sounded wrong. Don't say it
know,
like that,
that's right.
please. Don't say it like that.
And Honey Bear said, thank you, Real World VR. And
Oh
Brendan
boy.
from
boy.
Serious Consequences, he deleted his message. Uh-oh, what'd you say? I missed it.
Oh.
Ooh. Brendan said something. All right.
I was gonna say, Emma said it's another world. Like I know, so we're Tri Virtual Roundtable. Oh, speaking of which, people who are praying or watching the broadcast, please, what is it? Follow, subscribe, and
Oh my gosh, you're
what's
so
the other thing?
bad at
It's
You're
another
so
thing.
bad at this part.
Yeah, but what's
Man.
the other thing?
Patreon.
Like,
Really?
share,
So
and
ask the
Like,
subscribe.
share, and subscribe. Like, share, and
There
subscribe.
it is. Like, share. See, when you
I
get
know
older, you don't
Cindy
remember
and
things.
Emma, they're already following our YouTube channel now.
Right. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
forgot what I was gonna say.
Hold on. Let me
Yeah.
look. Let
Can
me
you
look them
check
up
again
here.
just to make
Hold
sure?
on. Let me look up and see
Because if
they're,
not, we've got to boot them out
I
of the
got it.
podcast.
Yeah, we gotta, there's, guidelines we gotta go by. But yes, our Patreon. Please go to our Patreon. We're 3 broke old dudes. We need your help.
If you
I'm
want to
married
see the
seniors. I'm available.
if you want to see the after show that we always do, that's on the Patreon.
Yeah. Yep, there it is.
So-
All right. Again, go to our trivirtualroundtable.net to go to see all of our socials and all of our information. Again, trivirtualroundtable.net.
Can I say something technical
Yeah,
real
go
quick?
for it.
Technical,
Go
go.
for it.
Ready?
Okay,
go.
I was just after the podcast, make sure nobody hangs up right away
Right.
because we have to make sure everything is downloaded correctly for the
Yeah.
podcast.
You think
That's-
Devlin would have said that, but he.
I just want to say because
But thank you, brother, for
yeah,
taking
you're
care of
welcome.
our podcast.
So
Hey, listen,
Emma, Cindy, yeah, don't hang up right away
I'm gonna hurt both of
Emma.
them.
once we end it.
All right.
now this is going to be a shout out to Honey Bear. The reason being my mom was in there too. We did her last, and Icy, you were in there. Very meaningful topic. She was talking about abuse and stuff like that. So Emma and Cindy, one of the reasons we're Tri Virtual Roundtable, and like because we've met in VR, and one of the podcasts that's being done in Meta Horizons is Catherine. What is it called?
Honey Bear Catherine's Haven.
Honey Bear Catherine's Haven, and it's like you have all these discussions, and we were talking earlier about why VR is just so many things you can do, and she had a great discussion. My mom was in there, and there was Iceman was in there, there's a few other people, and she had a panel of guests, and you'll be amazed at what you can do in VR. Because I know, Cindy, you're saying you have to heal, and there's a lot of things you're dealing with, and you'd be surprised how VR can really help with that. And for example, Catherine's show and VR in itself and the social interactions. I know it sounds crazy. Everybody thinks these little headsets are for gaming, but look at these guys. Look what I established right here with these guys. And I met them on the platform Multiverse.
Thank you for establishing all this, Doc. I just want to say thank
Yeah,
you.
appreciate it.
Yeah, no worries. But
Yeah.
we really, what I'm saying? Like I'm professional sometimes, not all the time, sometimes. And this is not, and everybody watching this is non-alcoholic. This is butterscotch.
Right.
Yeah. Cindy
Take out
thought
the
it was
butter.
Cindy thought it was some scotch or something. Some
Take out the butter. Take out the butter.
some bourbon or
That's the bourbon. Is that bourbon?
I do want to say Catherine's podcast, it's on Fridays at 4 o'clock my time.
yeah,
Pacific.
you guys do the math.
7
Over there on the Pacific Standard.
But no, I was going to say is what's good is like, even though they're avatars with VR in these environments, the people that they're talking that this real life, like they're actually pouring their heart out in her podcast.
Yeah,
and
it's
it
amazing.
makes people think. Yeah. Also, Alex was in there too. He was in that last
and
podcast.
it's a barrier, right? So
Yeah.
you don't have to be in person. You can have your avatar. You can have, instead of Emma, you could be Susie Q, right? And you can go to these things and you
She's
can
not
go
Susie Q.
and really.
No, she's not.
What is that a bad word? I just said that. Is
No,
that bad?
No, it's
I
not.
just don't put that together.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. So no, I'm just saying a fictitious name. right?
Okay.
So you can
Yeah.
really talk. You can really talk to people and non-judgmental. Nobody's looking at you physically and judging you and stuff like that. And you can really have some great discussions. I mean, and we've really come together. And you'd be surprised how many people we've gone into a room and just had a conversation, and just between us, and just kind of help people
Chop it
through.
up.
So it's really chop it up a lot.
Mhm.
And that's a really, really amazing thing about VR. One of the many aspects. So we want you guys to look more into that.
Well, I
So-
got a
so
question
check
for
this out.
Cindy and Emma real quick. Well,
Okay,
hold
I'll
on, real
forget.
quick.
Remind me.
Oh, I'm not going to remind you.
Okay,
Go
never mind.
ahead.
Go.
ahead,
Go. No, you'll forget. Go.
Married
I
couple.
won't forget.
Married
What was I
couple.
going to say? No, I know what it is. Do you guys listen to other podcasts? Your age, podcasts are big for the younger crowd. Is there things that you actually like listen to podcasts about relationships, or you just jumped onto this one? This is your first podcast experience?
I know it's Cindy's first.
Oh yeah.
I don't know.
This is my first time. Yeah, this is my first time
Yes.
doing any type of podcast at all.
Yes, that's our girl.
I love it. So far, I love it. It's fun. I've been in like group therapy, so it sort of feels like this. Like
Yeah.
nobody's
that's
judging you.
Therapeutic.
Everybody's like,
Nice.
yeah. So there is like a therapeutic sense to it. So now that
Yeah.
you're mentioning the VR headsets and being in a group where you can just talk things out and get different point of views, like that's totally what I like to get into once in a while. Because you always just need to talk some things out.
So
and
you
said you were into like healing, getting yourself.
That's where I was
healed
going
up.
next. Yeah.
VR would be actually a good space for that.
So speaking of which, Brendan
Emma, I
from
was asking
Serious
Emma, she didn't answer.
Yeah,
I know. I'm trying not to forget.
No,
So
Emma goes next.
Okay, go Emma.
I would say this is my first podcast debut as well.
Woo!
I tune in occasionally podcasts, but no, this is definitely my debut.
Yay!
All right.
Welcome. And so speaking of which, the therapy side, Serious Consciousness.
Yeah.
They do the what is it called?
The sound.
So
therapy.
So that sound therapy, we're gonna create a room and an environment that has his videos and Brendan's and his stuff in there, so you can go into that room and you're in a full immersed VR room where you're able to have that type of therapy inside of there. So and you're talking full immersed with the great surround sound, so you actually feel like you're in the actual environment you're in. So Brendan, it's coming, so don't worry. We already got you dialed in. So that's the healing side, and there are a lot of apps and different things that you can download for actual therapy. You can go into meditation rooms and all kinds of different environments for that healing that you were talking about that we all need. So, and
Doc brought us into some of those in a previous podcast.
Yeah, it was really cool.
Yeah.
So, and with colors that are whatever mood you're in, and it changes your mood and all this different stuff, and it's really cool. So, for those of you out there, again, we asked them earlier if they were into VR, and they were like, no. But Cindy did say something that was really cool. She said her younger brother or sister.
Sister.
Yeah, her younger sister. Shut up. Her younger sister in biology class is using VR headsets for class for her biology class. So, which is pretty amazing. It's getting out there. More people are starting to see the use of it and how amazing it is. So, I just real quick before we go anywhere
as well, Latoya Jackson that's listening. She actually just reached out to me, and I'm going to call her and talk more about
Latoya Jackson. Okay, there's really a Latoya Jackson we're talking about. We're not talking about the Jackson, not
that's
Jackson, right?
No, but
okay.
So Brendan said, "Thank you guys. I appreciate your ability to reach out to others who are not familiar with VR." And Doc Jesse's put a bunch of laughings, and he's laughing at you, Doc, because you're a pretty funny guy. And then Honey Bear Catherine said, "Thank you guys." And then Brendan said, also looking into the VR world, VR meets sound. Yes, that's right. Yes,
Yeah, we
yes, yes. That's
We
what he
can do
said.
that. Yeah, we definitely can do
Yeah, so we're gonna get them all set up. But again, that's again, Tri Virtual Roundtable. We're all about VR as well and the connection side. Thanks, Doc, for bringing that in.
Yeah.
Back to you, Bob.
Back to you, Bob. We're gonna have a Halloween. We're gonna have a Halloween. This is my mask. I'm not gonna show you because it's special. We're gonna do a Halloween. I don't know what we're gonna do. I just made that up at that particular moment.
I think my Biden mask is coming soon. I mean, I don't know what I'm gonna get. I don't know what I'm gonna get.
Really, Icy?
Podcast. Really?
Or Obama. I could do an Obama mask.
Yeah, either one.
Really?
You know.
Yeah. No, I can't do Obama. Sorry, I gotta do that.
Blackface. You know what? Racist again.
I
You know
didn't
what?
say
Racist
that.
again.
I didn't say that. I didn't say that.
So, oh my
I don't want
goodness.
to do black mask. I don't want to
Black
do that.
mask.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we done?
Yeah, we're done.
Wait, well, what do they
Well,
want to say?
Cindy, Emma, you guys, any final comments?
Final thoughts. Yeah,
Yep.
Bring
final
us home.
thoughts.
Back to you, Bob's.
We'll start with Emma, and then we'll close out with Cindy since she's so excited to be here. You know, and she was she volunteered right out of the gate and said, "Oh, I want to make sure I'm on camera." So we'll go with you,
she
Emma.
did. I didn't hear that.
She was extremely insistent on it. All right, so go on, Emma.
Go ahead, Emma.
Thank you guys so much for having me. Final closing remarks is when it comes to dating relationships, check in on what your expectations are, what the other person's expectations are, and that'll save you a world of problems from the get-go. And
regardless of age?
Regardless of age.
Regardless of age, age will factor into those expectations. But know what your expectations are. Relationships are inherently transactional to an extent. So know what you're putting in, you're getting out. Thank you guys again for hosting.
You're very welcome, Emma.
The transactional, that was a great word for that.
Yeah.
For this podcast, really, because the age difference is transactional is great. Thank you for that.
All right, Cindy, you're up.
Cindy.
I'm just grateful. I'm grateful to be part of this. This is the first experience, and it was very, very fun communicating with you guys and getting to know everybody's perspective. I just go by the motto like always love. So always bring love first into everything and be kind to others. And it's really up to individual what they want to do with their life, who they want to be with. As long as you're happy. So
yeah, we're gonna have you guys back.
We will.
No, if there's another topic.
Would you guys be willing to come back?
You two pick a topic.
All right. We'll have you guys back again. It was really fun. I liked it. It was a lot of fun.
We do like new perspectives. So if there's a good topic that you guys think that would be interesting to have someone old like Doc, commenting on, then we'll do it.
Yeah, exactly. And Cerebro said, or Calabero, sorry. Calabero said that was great, guys. Thank you, Calabero.
Thank you.
Appreciate you.
And he's from Israel too, so we meet.
Yeah,
it's an international community.
So we got UK, we got Canada, we got
Israel,
Ireland, we got Ireland, Israel.
Yeah,
all over. Mom's in Arizona.
We got a lot of Jersey. Yeah. We got too much Jersey.
We got a lot of Jersey. A lot of Jersey.
Done with Jersey.
If we can just really, cap off on the Jersey side, if we can get some other, no, I'm just kidding.
We're done.
No, thanks, guys. We totally appreciate you again. Don't log off yet. Just stay tight, and I'll close us out in prayer.
Okay.
All right. Is anybody else? Doc, you got anything? Is that it?
Nope. I think I'm good. And ladies, you don't have to do the prayer thing. It's just us, me, I'm a mess. So I try to get stabilized some way, somehow. And these guys help me.
Yeah, we need Jesus. Okay. Dear Heavenly Father, I thank you, God. I just thank you for this podcast. I thank you for this team. I thank you for our special guests today, God. Both of them coming in and giving their perspective. It was amazing having them here, God. We just love you and ask you to bless this podcast in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen.
All right. We thank everyone. Love all of you. Again, like, subscribe, and share, please. And please go to our Patreon and help us out. What? I didn't put it up. All right. We're done. All right. Later, guys. Oh, wait. One more. Honey Bear said, please join us. Oh, here we go. Last one. Please join us at 7 p.m. Eastern. Honey Bear Catherine's Haven. Topic
Friday.
To be determined. She's still working on the
Horizon World.
In Horizon Worlds on the headset. And you can watch it on Facebook.
Last thing I gotta say then, because she brought this up. She had a podcast that does Age Matter like 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago. I wasn't there, but someone said something in the last podcast that she did, and they mentioned age briefly. And I thought, I had a discussion with my daughter about this, with my son's girlfriend and everything. And I thought, let's do one. I didn't mean to. It feels like I was copying her whole theme there. I just want to apologize. It wasn't like that. But anyway.
What's he apologize for?
No, because it felt like I was just copying. I was just copying.
So
it
you're
over.
guilty. You steal people's stuff.
I know. That's messed up.
Why
You just piggybacking off her podcast.
So you
that
got
was
us
her
doing a show
podcast
that you just stole from Kathy.
Now you feel guilty about it. Now
butterscotch. I'm drinking
shame is
butterscotch.
Shame is getting the best of you.
Man.
All right. Bye, everybody. All right.
Yeah. Honey Bear said no worries. And Brendan said amen. All right. Bye, guys.
Bye.
That's ridiculous.
Wait.
Ridiculous.
I know.
Oh,
Read.